Hi everyone, hope you're feeling well today. This is a continuation of a new series, Mind Training. There's so much to work on here. I think it's a really exciting area to work on. There's lots of feedback. You've always got things to be looking at and learning. You keep gaining new insights, you keep growing. This is the real yoga practice. So let's get to work. Close your eyes. Have a big breath in and a deep sigh. Check your mind right now. It's really not easy to be present. What does being present really feel like? You could say that it's a slippery thing. And especially when you're not present, you just can't be sure of what adjustment to make. But we do know what we can focus upon to make ourselves more present. By using the 5 senses and by having an awareness of the breath. Grounding ourselves in the body and in the scene that we're in, the space. The feeling of the space. Try it now. Even with your eyes closed, you can feel the space. You don't need to get feedback from the space. All you need to do is go outwards towards it with your attention. Let's try this now, using your listening awareness, your ears. Listen for the sounds that will inevitably come. Now focus on the feeling of your hands. Now focus on the sensation of moisture inside your mouth. Now focus on your breathing, the feeling of it. Now check your mind again, the way it seems to be feeling. The way that it seems to be working. Is it working for you now? We want to be present. We want to use our mind effectively in meditation. But is your mind completely distracted, slipping away, moving off into thoughts about other things? Does your mind feel tired and unable to engage? Do you feel alert? Come back to the feeling of the breath. And then through the mouth, have a big breath in and a deep sigh. And open your eyes. Be aware now of the space that you can see. Okay, so that's a little bit of work on the mind, observing the mind and perhaps testing it or checking where it's at. This is mind training, and the information that we gather from that examination tells us what work we need to do. This session, I think, is really important because it is all about the motivation for the practice. I think we need to become very clear on the reasons for why we would do mind training. If we're not sure about this, it won't give us the drive, the impetus, the energy to commit. For example, if we don't understand how important this work is, we won't do it. We won't stick to doing it. We'll only do it in a superficial way, with a consumer mentality of just trying to feel good in the moment. And once we hit the difficult stages of learning and growth and change, we'll lose passion, we'll lose hope, we'll give up. Or we'll just get more interested in other things, like watching television. I think this is very important for myself to do this work. So important that I must do it every morning and night, every day, without fail. I didn't realize the importance of that 5 years ago. or even 2 years ago. And I think that in a year's time, I will understand how much more important it is than I even think now. And that's logical. We really don't notice a lot of things. This is how the mind works. It's very preoccupied with its obsessions and looking outwards and blaming other people for problems. But it's not very good at looking at itself. In fact, perhaps it deliberately avoids looking at itself. Now, if I don't see that that is a counterproductive way of living, I won't look at myself. For those who practice meditation and self-awareness, we are looking at ourselves most of all. And we see something very complex, something very complicated, something that really has habit dominating its way of being, something that is running blind through the world and making a lot of false assumptions and overreacting. Wow, it just goes on and on. When I see that about myself, I think, I've got to take the reins of this. Otherwise, it really is just an out of control mess. Maybe it's not always a mess, but it's not going in the direction that I think it should. And you can look for your life and how it's going as a gauge, but that's not enough, because what you think you're seeing could be very different in 5 years when you look back. Okay, alright, so this is the stronger work, it's not relaxing. Let me clarify that. Real proper meditation is not relaxing in the slightest. The people who want to do relaxation meditation are not really interested in looking at their mind. And there's a very important distinction. Alright. Sit up straight, close your eyes, have a sigh, when faced with difficulty, we can lose confidence or commitment, we can become anxious. This will affect our breathing. Focus on your breathing now. And let's relax the breathing and open it up. Start breathing only through your nose. Slowly in towards full, and slowly out towards empty. And let's have a couple minutes doing that. And let's watch our mind and see where it goes. Make sure the feeling of the breath is very restful, slow, silent, and gentle. Next time you breathe in, relax, have a sigh. Does your mind feel a little bit more relaxed after that breathing? So we do use breath work as a way to settle ourselves, and that's something that you could remember if you want to meditate on your own. Often your mind is jumpy in the beginning, scattered, or very slow and tired and heavy. Use breath work first, and there are so many tools. There's a whole series I've got on this program, the breathing series, lots of techniques which you could explore. And we'll also use the breathing here in each of these sessions. Alright, so reasons for doing this practice. It's really important for you to think about your own reasons. Yes, because we've all got different reasons. Funnily enough though, most people who practice this work for many years, we find we come to very similar reasons. And they're really rooted in a sense of true humanity, being caring for others, being responsible for your actions and communications, and trying to be open-minded, positive, kind, considerate, and respectful. So we need to look at our own lives and see that how we've been behaving and interacting and listening and receiving information, has that been productive, beneficial, not just for us, but for all the people we interact with? We need to look at that. And we need to take time to think about that. So let's do that now. Have a deep sigh. Close your eyes. Sit up straight. Your spine straight as possible, especially down in your lower spine. Imagine you have an arrowhead pointing down, and that gives you good posture, a good base for your whole torso. Don't drop your head. Keep your neck continuing the line of the spine. Let's use the breathing to oil the wheels of this meditation practice, to facilitate the opening and the flow of ideas. So breathing through your nose, again go into slow deep breathing. Slow in towards full, slow out towards empty. There must be a slowness to it. It must be relaxing, so you're not working the breath hard. But we're going to use our mind today in a reflective way. We're going to think about our life, where it is, where it's been going, and where it seems to be heading. And let's think about reasons to address our own mind, our behaviors, our habits of emotional reaction, our tendencies, our ways of being. And let's think about reasons to do work on these areas, not just for ourselves, but for the people we interact with in our life. next time you breathe in, relax and have a deep sigh. So now you have an example of your own mind. We had a task there. We set ourselves a focus to look at an area and think about it. And now you know whether you were able to concentrate. It's a very difficult area, the concentration part of meditation. So we'll definitely do work on that in this series. Okay, open your eyes, come back to the space again. Hopefully you did find some good reasons for yourself to do this work. I'm motivated to make more of these videos, and I hope that you'll be interested to come with me and let's do this work together. And we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for everyone who knows us, so that we can be of benefit and service to others. That's a great reason. Okay, thank you for today. Take care of your mind today.